let's join our hosts with their guests and let's talk about it.
Come on.
You're on.
Hey, Dennis O'Brien, back again on Let's Talk About It. Susan Johnson is not with us.
Susan, we miss you.
That's Chris Beaudry, by the way. Everybody knows Chris Beaudry. Well, almost everybody. Everybody used to know me, Chris, a few years ago when I was.
Everybody still knows you, Dennis.
Oh,
Don't get
no,
down on
no,
yourself.
no.
Don't get down on yourself.
Come on, all my friends are gone.
Oh, jeez.
But not all of them. Not all of them. I still got you. Anyway, Susan Johnson is out of state. She will return late tonight. It's a good thing she will because she'll have to change the bandage on my injury because I couldn't do it. I had another surgery on Tuesday for skin cancer.
Oh, geez, man.
Very small, but up there it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And so, today was the first day I could wash my hair.
Oh, jeez.
I was able to take a shower from the neck down, though, which is great. But I couldn't wash my head. Today was the first day. I was all excited, and then I said, oh, damn, it's not bleeding, but, I had to replace the bandage. Anyway, I am a little bit hurting today, but not much, and I'm real happy to have Chris here. Chris was here back in January.
No way. It was that long already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tempest is fusioning.
Tempest fugit, yeah.
Yeah, Tempest is fusioning. And time flies, folks, for those of you who hadn't had Latin.
I did take Latin, and it's fugit, according to Mrs. Archibald in 10th grade. So
I think when we anglicize it,
maybe
I've
fugit,
never,
yeah.
I haven't heard it pronounced in Latin since 1956. So you may be right.
I remember Agricolae,
Agricola,
Puella.
one of the first. That's right. Puella is a girl.
E pluribus unum.
Agricola, of course, is a farmer. All right, we could go on all show, but we're not going to do that.
No.
Anyway, I'm so happy to have Chris here. He's been doing so many things. It's hard to keep up with him.
Oh, geez.
Unless you listen to his show, which is state of the art.
I'm uploading Tuesday's episode now because Matt and I tried a new camera rig with like interactive stuff, so I was able to like splice in Lefty's performance at the Eastern commencement where he did a riveting performance of You Are So Beautiful, and then we had all these posters digitized on the screen, so we're trying some new stuff over here, Dennis. So.
I missed the Eastern graduation because I was at the Democratic Convention.
Ah, okay.
But Tom DeVivo did miss the convention.
Yeah, he was there on stage.
I know.
Too,
Well,
for the graduation.
He got
for
an
the
award,
commencement.
I think. Didn't he? He had to be there.
I don't know if I don't think he got an award. No.
Yeah, maybe they gave it to him on the side.
Maybe.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom DeVivo is a real wonderful asset to our community. He's my next door neighbor. I love him, and I'm glad he's the mayor. And I know there are some people that won't agree with me on that because that's politics, Chris. And that's one thing you don't have to worry about.
You can please some of the people some of the time, all of the people, or no, wait, some of the people all the time, all of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time.
No, the last line to that is, and those are pretty good odds. So that's from an old politician in New Britain who told me that.
Yeah.
I left New Britain in 1968, and I've been here since 1974. And Chris, you went to New York City.
I was there for a time.
Yeah, you did some time there. Wow,
I did some time
where
there,
the action really is.
Yeah, and it's so true. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah,
just because of the
is.
networking potential and the people, the density of ideas and people and creativity. It was time I'm so glad I spent. Yeah.
Yeah, as Matt Rupar knows, I'm a big Bob Dylan fan.
We were talking about that.
I'm just thinking about Bob at what age? 20?
Okay.
It's hard to tell what the truth really was because Bob doesn't always tell the truth. He's a storyteller.
Right.
But doesn't. I keep telling people it doesn't matter. Stories are great. It's literature. It's
he's an
po-
entertainer.
That's right. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Who would know better than Chris Beaudry as to what's entertainment? And he let out for New York City at age 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And if you saw the movie. And the movie was pretty good.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
the recent
one.
one. Yeah.
It's the only one. There are other videos.
Right.
That's right.
This was like the Hollywood.
This was the Hollywood production. Yeah, that's right. I saw it here in Mansfield. I haven't seen too many movies at the theater, but I did want to see that, and I thought it was pretty good. Although I didn't think
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you would.
Worth it?
Yes, definitely worth it. You would. But the way that people went crazy at Newport when he went electric.
At the Folk Fest, yeah.
I thought the way they portrayed it in the movie had to be too strong. in terms of it was almost violent.
Really?
And those people are not like that.
Right.
I you know, I lived through that era. I don't no.
Right.
No, they were mellow. And they
Well,
made
they did that to Miles Davis too in the Miles pick
Yeah,
where
yeah.
What's his face there? Somebody help me out here. I'm gonna draw a blank on it now, but yeah, there was some
You're starting
scenes
to get
where
old, like me.
he wielded a firearm, and you know it was like
Oh.
it wasn't that over the top. Maybe Charles Mingus was, but Don Cheadle, that's the name I was looking for. He played Miles. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Charles Mingus. That's good.
Yeah,
You're good.
yeah.
Well, you should know that. You went to Berkeley.
Well, I knew Sue when she was kicking, and I hung
Fantastic.
out in Charles's apartment in the
Oh, wow.
Lower West Side.
Great bass player.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fantastic.
huge temper, but
Big guy, yeah.
big impact on politics. I mean, like he's
Yep.
he had Fables of Faubus, which was about Governor Faubus.
That's right. He
and-
was
yeah,
a very political musician, and he took a lot of criticism for it. Anytime you delve into politics, you can expect to get some
yeah,
criticism.
of course.
Yeah,
And
Well,
and,
even-
and you should. I
even
mean, if checks and balances are holding.
well, that's
true,
what makes
you know?
America great. It's,
Yeah.
it's these are especially tough times now, and I'm not going to get into any of that. But
Right.
we're here to talk about you, Chris, and what you've been doing, and what you're up to, and what we have looking ahead. And I think there's a big plastic embossed flyer here about a big concert coming up next Wednesday.
Yeah, next Wednesday. But I actually want to lead off by I'm super excited
You go
about
right
this,
ahead.
Dennis, because it actually entails everything of which we're going to speak and then some.
Okay.
The Summer Fun Guide, I want to give a big shout out to the Willimantic Chronicle. Every year they put out this great glossy magazine that showcases different fun activities, many of which are free, and then also dining guides. So it's called the Northeast Connecticut Summer Fun and Dining Guide. For the last 3 years, up until this year, the Mansfield Downtown Partnership has controlled the cover. And for whatever their reason was this year, they opted to not take control of the cover again. And there was an opening, and I sprung on it. And I secured it for Willimantic, Dennis. So there are 10,000 physical copies going out. I have 1,000 of them. I'm going to have them at the Willimantic Third Thursday Street Fest. I'm going to have them at the River Room. I'm going to have them here. There's a laundry list of locations. I think all the advertisers contained in here are going to get copies at their physical store locations, brick and mortar businesses. But it's a gorgeous kind of photo mosaic on the front. We're showcasing the Third Thursday Street Fest. We're showcasing the River Room, and we're showcasing Wyndham CT Celebrates America's 250th with this giant stage mock-up. That flag that you see, Dennis, in the poster and on the Summer Fun Guide, I'm going to hold it up for the camera for the YouTube. Maybe, Matt, you can help with this. But that's actually not going to be a flag. That's going to be the 30-foot video wall that we're going to have mounted on the Shabu stage to get close-up footage of the 100-member Wyndham concert band that's going to perform, the 2025 Grammy Award winner for Best Latin Jazz, and all of the historical reenactors. Bev York is, of course, a major role in this whole production. But if people want to learn about all of the projects, I mean, I did a very comprehensive overview of all of the different projects of Willimantic Renaissance, Inc. That is not a Renaissance fair. That is the nonprofit organization that Gene Dismay and many community-minded individuals who created the Willimantic Street Fest, they had to make a nonprofit, right, with the IRS. It's just standard protocol for how to become
money.
if you want to raise money, exactly. And so it's called Willimantic Renaissance because Renaissance means rebirth, right? So we're trying to bring life into the town, and that's exactly what the Street Fest and all of these projects do. And so people, if you see this out on the newsstands, maybe at the grocery store, at a local brick and mortar business, it's going to go as far as New Britain because CT New, exactly, right? So you should be happy with that.
I'm bowled over.
CT News Media has outlets as far as that way. So we're going to talk about both of your favorite towns there, Dennis. New Britain and then Willimantic and Wyndham. So check out, be on the lookout for the Summer Fun Guide. It's a bright blue, a lot of
Very
photos
impressive.
on the front cover. I designed it in Canva. I love Canva. It's a great tool.
And the Chronicle
And-
helped with this? Or?
And the Chronicle, Jean Beckley, she's awesome.
Oh, I love Gene.
She's so sweet, and
is
shout out to
great.
Jan. Shout out to Jan Coviosto. Help me.
Coivisto?
Coivisto, thank you.
yeah.
Shout out to Jan.
Yeah.
The whole office there, Nicole Zappone, always does great articles
Yeah,
showcasing
yeah.
the best of our town. So they were integral in making this a reality. So the 2-page spread, if you literally turn to the middle, it's right where the staple is. So it's real easy to find our article. But there's at least a dozen events that we're showcasing in this, and then kind of profiles of each of the different projects of WRI.
Fantastic, and that'll be distributed all over the place.
All over the place. 10,000 physical
Certainly
copies.
Mansfield and
Absolutely.
all the surrounding towns.
You bet. Yeah.
Yeah, because we get a lot of folks coming in. One of the nice things about all the things you're doing with the River Room and with Renaissance and you know what Gina's done over the years. Started with, I guess, her and Tom McNally. And I was glad to hear the last time you were here that Tom was still around at 94. And wonderful guy, did so much for the community. And I guess the story goes, as Gene told it, I think right here in the studio with me and Susan, was that Tom was in California and saw some small town doing sort of like a street festival.
Yeah.
He brought the idea back with him.
Yeah.
And they both took it and ran with it.
And boy, did it blow up! Yeah, I mean, it's been such just a staple for this community. you know?
Yeah. It's a real big deal, and it's 5 events a year.
Yep, May through
It
September.
used to be more. They used to go farther into the cold months. But
I'm going to say, Dennis, right now, and I'm going to hint at something. There may be an additional event this year. I've actually created a strategic partnership with Eastern Connecticut State University.
That's
and
smart.
we're in talks for something special. So
Yeah.
I can't say much. There are no details, but Ryan Quigley, who's the Director of Communications and the Chief of Staff to President Karim
I know,
Ismaili,
I've met Ryan. Yep.
he's a great guy.
So is the president.
EO Smith grad. We were actually a year apart
is
at
he?
EO.
Is that where he's from? Okay.
And we're putting our minds together for something special. So be on the lookout.
Yeah, I had to go meet with the president about something. Susan and I and Ryan greeted us. And
Great
we had
team
a long
over there.
talk with them.
They're up 42% enrollment going into the fall semester.
Fantastic
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
My wife went there. Susan went there. My daughter went there. My son-in-law.
Yeah. Great school.
Everybody but me. I'm UConn, but I went to UConn and went, back in the day.
A stone's throw from Eastern. Yeah.
Well, it was, Eastern was started out as a teacher's college.
Sure.
normal school,
Right. Yeah.
Like,
and they still have
like
great
Central.
programs. Teaching
They still have.
programs.
They have great teacher ed program, and absolutely, Dave Stoloff, who has co-hosted the show with me many times in the past. I think he was a department head at one time at that department. He's probably still there. Another big Bob Dylan fan.
Really?
There aren't that many around. I don't. They don't. He doesn't get much play on.
Give
AM.
me your best Bob Dylan impression. Bob Dylan. I can't even
No, I
try
don't
it,
think
man.
I've ever tried that. I think I could do. I used to do Elvis
Yeah.
when I was young. Oh yeah, my voice and his voice are
You
a
can
little
do the
bit
lip
alike.
the lip quiver and all that.
No, just the songs.
Just
from
a hip
Lawrence.
throw.
Elvis
right? Yeah.
Elvis came on the scene when I was like 9 years old, and my mother brought me a '78 record, Heartbreak
Yeah.
Hotel. I was the one on the other side, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Until the Drifters came along, because I loved the Drifters.
Yeah.
With the violins and all that stuff and
Right.
the instrumentation. That's another thing that got me into classical music was all the Drifters.
Nice.
And also what's that Carole King song that the Shirelles did? Will You Love Me Tomorrow? That's on my top 10 list forever.
Okay.
I can remember riding around New Britain and with a bunch of guys were all singing that song badly.
Causing trouble.
But I had the best voice in the car. Causing trouble, yeah.
You
Causing
know,
trouble.
J. Matt Rupar, you're gonna have to get this guy singing on your local Connecticut music show.
He wants to, I think.
I have.
Yeah?
I would. Yeah. I have. I sang with Jason. I sang a duet with Jason.
Jason Altieri
Yeah, we sang
Really?
a duet. It was he played
on the air. No kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it was the end of the line. It was from
Yeah.
the first what do you call it record? God, Traveling Wilburys. That's to me. I think that's the greatest rock and roll album of all time. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
As I liked Roy Orbison too.
Yeah.
And saw him live up in Springfield 3 months before he died.
Amazing.
What a guy!
Amazing.
What a voice!
Yeah.
What a group of talent in that
Oh
group.
yeah. Yeah.
My favorite Beatle is George Harrison because George and Bob were like that.
Right. Oh, okay.
George is a
Yeah.
cool guy.
Yeah.
Well, I can't believe he's been gone so long. Anyway,
Yeah.
I digress.
Hey,
But I got a guy here who knows music.
I love music talk.
Well, I
yeah.
know, me too.
Yeah.
But I'm not a musician. Never. I couldn't
Yeah.
play a note.
Yeah.
But I probably
Sometimes it's better to be non-technical because then you appreciate it for really, what they're trying to convey to the public and not the technical aspects of the music. So
That's a good point because I always I always play the role here when Susan has experts on anything that I don't have any expertise in the field. I will always ask what some people might think is the dumb question.
yeah, but it's not because
But
it's,
it's
the
not.
general,
No,
the
it's
general,
not. It's
general
not. It's-
public. Question. Yeah.
I play the role of every man,
Right.
and ask those kind of questions. And I would do that with you in terms of, if we get into it, we're going to talk more about the events that are coming up.
Yeah.
But if we get into music in general, I'd have a lot of questions. We interviewed the conductor of the Hartford Symphony several years ago.
Oh, wow.
He came
Amazing.
out. I don't think he wanted to come, but when he
You
realized
should have my cousin, who's going to be the conductor of the Wyndham, or she
Oh,
is
yeah,
the
yeah,
conductor of the Wyndham
Oh, I'd
Concert
love
Band.
to have her.
She conducted the 94th Regional Army Band for many years.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, she had a 30-some-odd year career at the Mansfield Middle School. She was the reason I
You
got
talked about her
involved.
on the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And that's wonderful. You come from a real musical family.
Yeah. Well, the saxophone I play was my uncle's. Or cousin, really,
the
but
tenor sax.
tenor sax that I played, that he played
Yeah.
in the Army Band. So it's got a history unto itself.
You played very well.
Oh, thank you very much.
To me, I mean, I probably am not good at recognizing. I can recognize athletic talent in a second, but
right.
That's when I was born and raised on
You were
that.
tuned to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really tuned to it.
Yeah.
But in terms of deciding who, making judgments, and it's all, there's no accounting for taste. I can't tell. I know you're real good. I don't know what separates you from.
Right. Well, my mother would always say, my favorite saxophonist, and I would objectively argue he's one of the greatest improvisers to ever walk the earth.
Right.
His name is Chris Potter.
Yeah.
And my mother would always say, you're just
I know Chris Potter.
You're
sure.
just as good as
White
Chris
guy.
Potter.
Yeah.
And I would say it's light years.
Chris Potter's pretty young for, he's not going back to Dizzy and Miles.
Well,
and those
his
guys.
greatest influence is Charlie Parker, so
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does harken back
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
early
the Bird,
days.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he played
yeah.
with Steely Dan. He played with, Herbie Hancock.
Yeah.
He's played with Dave Holland and Cross Current.
Holland,
So
yeah. I've seen
Indian
Dave
music.
Holland live,
yeah, I mean Chris Potter's. Oh my God, he's so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to go to a lot of events up at UConn
Hmm.
back in the day when I was quicker at getting my work done and I had more time.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I shouldn't have taken the time, but I did. We went to plays and concerts,
Hmm.
and we used to have season tickets to Hartford Symphony for like 10, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think we probably stopped when COVID hit. And then, I was getting old. Not her. She's not aging at all. But anyway,
the right
yeah,
thing to
so you've got all these events coming up, and I just wanted to get back to the one that's coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are a few tickets available still?
I can tell you the live ticket count right
Oh,
now.
you're right on top
Yeah,
of it.
because obviously this is a very popular show.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Shaboo All
In a
Stars
relatively small venue.
in a relatively small venue, but
it's
you know
big
what?
enough.
It's definitely big enough. There are 24 tickets as of the live broadcast of your show now. So to get a ticket to see the Shaboo All Stars, they're going to be the 10-piece Shaboo All Stars. They're going to have Mitch Shakur on piano, Leon Pendarvis from the Saturday Night Live Band on organ, Derek Dyer, Bill Hallman, Bob Funk on trombone. Cliff Goodwin's going to be there.
Cliff Goodwin's got to be there. I
Wolf
won't
on
go.
bass.
Gotta have Cliff Goodwin
Yeah, Marty on drums. I mean, David Foster is bringing all of his A-listers. And it's going to be a fundraiser for WRI, so Willamette Renaissance that produces
that's
the Street
wonderful.
Fest. Yep. And first of all, EastCon has been fantastic. Eric Pertulis, the current executive director, Sarah Mallory, the principal over at the ACT School, really accommodating. We have Sandy Imperatus, who's running the sound. He's going to be the same guy that mounts all the speakers on Main Street for the Boombox Parade.
Yeah, you got to have the speakers.
I don't know if you've heard this, but they're putting them on the light posts.
I'm glad because in fact, I used to come down. I'm so devoted to the Boombox Parade. I used to come down with six. I'd be carrying six radios.
Yeah.
And I'd go up and down the street handing them out.
Yeah.
And sometimes
just to spread
I
the
get
sound
4 or
out.
5
Yeah.
of them back. But it doesn't matter. I just wanted to, because I kept telling Wayne, I said, you can't have any dead areas.
No.
And it's just people walking by. It doesn't. You lose the. The energy.
So Sandy's doing the sound.
That's wonderful.
For the Shaboo, for the Boombox Parade, and also for the America
that's
250
great.
celebration.
Oh,
So
wow.
he's our guy. Yeah,
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's really good news. I'm glad to hear that because I always worried about the. I don't think I have 2 or 3 boomboxes left, but I used to always come down with a whole bunch of them.
I don't think I said the website. Riverroomwillie.com is where you get those 24 remaining tickets. I mean, literally only 24.
Yeah.
The room is certificate of occupancy of 201.
Yeah.
So once we get up to that number, there's no more. We can't let people standing room. None of that, right? It's insurance
small.
liability.
It's a great venue though.
It's a beautiful,
Fantastic
historic
venue.
Historic,
Yeah,
the Capitol Theater. I mean,
I've seen some good players there that I'm trying to think of the names. People whose names you would know.
Yeah.
that Lefty brought in, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause,
and
you know, he knows all these people.
and EastCon has put quite a bit of funding into
Yeah.
that to renovate
Oh,
and to
it's-
make the sound system and the lighting. I mean, you know, they have theater programs there for kids.
I know.
And they have the best facilities for those kids to really get real world stage experience and you know all the back end
what
of
a
everything.
great
and
thing it is.
It's
I
amazing.
I worked in that building for maybe 10, 12, 15 years. We had our legal aid office on the second and
Oh,
third
really?
floors.
Really?
And every once in a while, I'd go into the theater and take a peek. And it was an old-time theater, like the theaters I went to in my youth in New Britain. And
Yeah.
they had four movie theaters.
Yeah.
Everybody went to the movies.
Right.
I could tell
And
you
they would
about
show the news, right? At the
Oh, they
movies,
show
and
the
that
news,
cartoons,
cartoons.
and yeah.
Previews.
Yeah.
And, wow.
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
You know, there was no TV then.
We're gonna show a couple previews before the Shabu All
Oh,
Stars.
that's super.
So I was actually the reason I'm wearing my Romantic Willimantic shirt is I'm
Yeah.
going around town recording at different locations
Right.
and just explaining all of the different projects of WRI. So
Oh,
I was at the
that's-
River Room. Jay Highland from Project Emo's helping me out with that.
That's
so,
great
yeah,
stuff.
He's amazing.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, you know, having worked real hard for many, many, many years to get the attention of the public here for a different reason,
Right.
for political things, and when I was in legal aid, and you know, I know how important it is to get the word out because
Yeah.
it's, you know, especially today when people have so many different alternatives.
Being pulled in so many directions.
Yeah,
yeah.
and one of the alternatives is stay home.
Right.
And you know, you want to get people out of their homes,
And
you want
just,
to get them away from the.
What do they call it?
TV and
Not doom scroll, but you know, veg out on the couch, and you
Yeah.
can just like endless options.
Uh,
Nothing beats a live concert, Dennis. Though I mean, like,
you're
would
right.
you rather see an AI version of Bob Dylan, or would you rather see him in the flesh, 2 rows back? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, big difference here.
Yeah,
So
I'll tell you about that. He's got a concert coming up in Bridgeport.
really,
Yeah.
at the Hartford Healthcare Arena.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's July 19th.
You're going.
Not sure.
Okay.
We tried to get tickets and
Oh yeah.
they're not sold out.
uh,
But I couldn't get in there. I couldn't get on. I had to have a password, and I'm not great at IT, and so I didn't. So far, I've seen Dylan twice live. Once when the Rolling Thunder review before you were born,
Okay.
1975.
Wow.
When he went around with Joan Baez, and even though they were mad at each other, he's mad at a lot of people, and so they're mad at him.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes.
Right.
Life is like that.
And road life as a musician, I can imagine. You know, being in one area for
Right.
months.
So just to repeat, this concert that's coming up on the 10th of June.
Yep.
That's Wednesday. It starts at 7 o'clock.
Starts at 7:00. Doors open at 6.
Yeah.
We're gonna have bar service there. We got a liquor license, just as we do in the beer garden for Third
Right.
Thursdays. Sarah Haynes is gonna be our bartender. If you have come to a River Room show, you've come to know and love Sarah. She's just amazing.
Yeah.
And we just hired a second hand behind the bar. Hannah Garrison of Egg and Cheese is gonna be our second
Oh, that's
bartender
great.
that night. So, you know, we're making a good portion of the funds raised on alcohol sales, but then we're gonna have Romantic Willimantic T-shirts.
Yeah.
We're going to have posters. I designed this poster here, and I'm going to get the band to sign them. So it's going to be a limited edition, once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing
Nice
to
poster.
remember a memento of the
There's
evening.
Cliff.
So riverroomwillie.com, again, for tickets. 24 at the moment left.
Yeah, my son-in-law decided to treat us and bought 4 tickets.
Oh, nice.
So he called in. I would have gone anyway, but I mean,
Nice.
it's a great venue. I saw them at the. Let's take a break. It's break time. Rupar keeps
right.
signaling me that it's time to take a break. I can't believe we're halfway through the show already, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time to take a break. We want to hear from our sponsors. We love the Gates family for sponsoring this show now for 25 years.
Wow.
And I have to shout out to Denny and Craig for all they've done for this show and for WILI.
And they just donated to America 250.
Oh,
I'll
they're
throw that out there. Thanks to the
they are
Gates. Yeah.
they are so wonderful.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back after this with Chris Beaudry, and we're going to talk some more about some of the things that are going on with Renaissance Incorporated. No, LLC.
Willimantic Renaissance Incorporated.
Oh,
Yes.
you were incorporated there. You're a small corporation, a growing corporation. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Non-profit.
Not
Inc. Yeah.
definitely a nonprofit. We'll be right back. Hey, back here with Chris Beaudry. We're going to talk a little bit more about the concert coming up with David Foster and the Shabu All Stars next Wednesday, June 10th, starting at 7 p.m. at the EastCon. It used to be the Capitol Theater.
Yeah. Again, tickets available as of this show. We have 24 remaining. It's going to sell out, I guarantee you. I'm going on Wayne Norman next Monday, so probably be sold out by that time because I'm going to issue another email blast to my 1,700 subscribers for the River Room and all of our other stuff.
Yeah.
And as soon as that goes out, they're going to be gone. So if you're listening now, the best idea would be, if you're not driving, go to riverroomwillie.com and secure your tickets for the Shaboo All-Stars at the Capitol Theater. We're calling it Dr. David Lefty Foster and the Shaboo All-Stars live at the Cap. I did a little catchy little thing there, but it's Dr. David because he just received an honorary doctorate from Eastern Connecticut State University along with his lovely wife Marilyn Foster, and so we're flaunting it. I mean, he deserves it. He's done so many altruistic things through the foundation, the Lester and Phyllis Foster Foundation, and all of the work that he does, just bringing great music and camaraderie and community to town, and these massive, amazing musicians. I mean, the weight of the stage, I'm surprised that it holds. I'm not saying like the physical pound weight, but I'm saying the history and the resumes of these musicians is like, it's wild to fathom. I mean, they played with everybody: Tina Turner, Joe Cocker, Saturday Night Live. I mean, these guys have played the Blues Brothers. These are the guys.
I just watched the Blues Brothers movie again last night.
Oh yeah.
There are not too many movies I will watch a second or third time.
Oh,
I've seen that about 5 times.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a quick story.
Sure.
Talk about him being a nice guy. Again, I'm going to tell you 2 things. They had a concert. You know where Busquets is?
Yeah. The Pines Shop.
They used to have concerts down there.
Yeah.
And he brought in. I didn't think it was big enough. I said, Lefty, I think it's too small. He brought in. I get it. He must have had a band of 15 musicians. And Matt Guitar Murphy was there.
Oh man.
Who was a star in the in the Blues Brothers movie, one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
So Lefty comes over to me, and it was a restaurant at the time and a bar. Lefty comes over to me and Susan. He says, Matt's here all alone. He would like, could you please have dinner with Matt Guitar Murphy? I said, what? Are you telling me you're asking? You think I'm going to say no?
Yeah,
of course
right,
I want to have dinner with Matt Guitar Murphy.
Wow.
And I will never forget that night.
What did he order?
I don't remember. I'm not a foodie.
Was that back when? How long ago was that? When it was called like the Lucky Frog.
I'd say 15
like
years ago.
Yeah.
It was before he passed.
They had a
He
stage.
passed. He's gone.
They had a stage. It was like a copper ceiling.
Yeah. They
Well,
had a stage in there.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. The place was mobbed, and everybody
bet.
was standing up. I danced all night because I didn't have my arthritis.
Right.
And we had a wonderful time, but we had dinner with Matt, and that was every time I think of what I said. Gee, Matt, I said, one of the things I love to do on my computer is go to my computer and draw up that scene of you and Aretha Franklin and Belushi and Aykroyd in the restaurant when you leave and take off to join the band. And he says, yeah, Dennis, but I was in the whole movie. The whole movie, not just that scene. I said, yes, Matt, I know that. As you were in there with Ray Charles and everybody, and the final scene where it ends and everything, it was great. Yeah. So they played it on the Turner Classics last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just got back from the gym. I was working out and trying to keep my legs going while I had this injury. And I said, I got to watch this. This is fantastic. And then the other thing he did for me was he's done so much for us, for me and Susan. He's been a good friend. He's been a guest on this show maybe 15, 20 times.
Hopefully he's listening right now.
I'd love, I would have brought him in to join us, but with 3 of us, big talkers, it would have been too many. So anyway, the other thing, we had let our grass grow in May. It was no mow May type thing.
I did that.
Susan likes to let it grow for the bees.
Yeah.
And we see all the bees out there, and Susan's very happy. And finally, in the middle of May, we usually mow it, and it's very, we're almost like in the blight category.
Right.
Matt Vertife is teasing me. He's going to send that blight agent over there. So I go to the gym up in Mansfield. I come home, and the yard was mowed. I said, what the hell happened? And Susan said, you wouldn't believe it. Lefty Foster came up from Ash Street, where he has that, that place.
Yeah.
And he brought this big tractor up, a gigantic tractor up, and he mowed our lawn for us.
No kidding.
Well, he grew up in the neighborhood. He didn't want to see a lawn like that
funny.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
he used to play at that house.
Right.
What a guy! I mean, he's amazing, and what an artist, and also he hangs out with the best players.
Yeah.
If you research these guys, their names, they have played with everybody.
Yeah, quite literally.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're studio musicians or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
This is a must concert.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. It is Tuesday. It is I'm sorry, it's Wednesday.
Wednesday, June
It's
10th,
Wednesday,
yeah.
June 10th,
Yeah.
7 p.m. at the Capitol,
Yeah.
the former Capitol Theater.
Tickets at River Room Willie, and I think we just sold a couple just now, so there's even less.
Yeah, I think what I'm aiming to do is say to you, Chris, that when you go on with Wayne on Monday,
Yeah.
all the tickets will be sold.
I think
and
by
it's
then.
attributable to your appearance here with me on Let's Talk About It.
You know, it's attributable to David Smith. David is just so behind everything. He's left these.
Come on. Let me.
Oh, I'm giving you your flowers too here, Dennis. But I do want to give credit to
No,
all the people involved
let
because
me,
he's a great guy too. Yeah.
Let me have my illusions.
Okay.
You know, I'm an old man. Anyway, but I with a young heart. Definitely young at heart. Anyway, so what's next on the agenda?
I wanted to talk about July 4th in town.
Okay, do it.
Because, you know, everybody thinks fondly of Willimantic. 41 years running this year. The WILI Willimantic Boombox Parade is going to be in full stride. But this year is special, and we're doing a little bit more, actually a lot more, because it is a special year, 250, the semi-quincentennial in America, the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, 1776 to present. And we're doing a giant celebration on the Shaboo stage. Talk about the Shaboo All-Stars, right? Perfect segue into this. So after the last marchers are departing, the floats line up in Gilson Park, and they take off onto Main Street. Debbie Fisk and her team at the rec department do a great job coordinating all that. It's a massive headache, but they get the marchers out, and
starts early.
It starts very early, lining up and everything. When that field is clear at 12:30 in the afternoon, we're going to open it up to the public. We're going to have a giant 30-foot by 16-foot LED video wall on the Shaboo stage. At 1:30, the program is going to start. Well, actually, before the program, I should say, there's going to be food trucks there, courtesy of Chelsea Cherrier and her team. She's a great, purveyor and coordinator for food trucks. So there's going to be all kinds of food because not a lot is open on July 4th. I know Willie Brew is open, but they're always slammed because that is a prime viewing location for the parade, right?
Great.
So
I wish I could do that, but I'm always in the parade.
Yeah, so we're going to have food trucks. We're going to have historical vignettes, we're calling them, so interactive history.
Yeah.
We were one of the only municipalities in northeastern Connecticut to receive a Connecticut Humanities Grant for our production.
I read that.
So it's just great news. We're so thankful to them for their support. We've had many, this is an old poster, so the sponsor list has been updated, but Willard's, Rich Swart over at Ola Woods, and Joshua of Bison Builders are making us a viewing stand and media stand for the parade. So we're going to have a 10-foot by 5-foot by 7-foot tall on the front, tapers down to 5 feet in the back. It's going to be decorated red, white, and blue, buntings, the whole nine. We have 5 celebrity judges, including Yolanda Negron, including Jamie Eves, and others that are going to judge every float in the parade and award most patriotic, most themed on like Windham and Windham history, most creative, youth competition. We're going to give out awards for that. And then the main event starts at 1:30. So, as I mentioned, the 100-member Windham Concert Band, there might be a few less because people have other commitments that they made a year in advance. It's a large group.
It's a large stage. It can accommodate a lot of people.
Yeah, it could probably accommodate 3-4 times that, actually, to be honest.
Right. It can accommodate a huge symphony orchestra. I know
that. For sure. So,
I know that because I checked that with Lufting when they built it.
Yeah, right, the specs. So they're going to be kind of the staple feature on the stage. They're going to perform numerous, patriotic and concert band selections throughout the day. They're going to be joined by the 2025 Grammy Award winner for Best Latin Jazz album, and that is Zakai Curtis. He's actually a Connecticut native. He comes from a deeply steeped family of musicians, including Lucas Curtis, who played with Gary Burton and all kinds of really famous names. Lucas is bass.
No, Burton did this.
Gary, exactly, precisely.
I'm showing off that I do.
You are showing off a little bit. That's a deep cut knowledge right there. Yeah, right. But let me read down the poster. So Windham Concert Band, we mentioned, Zakai Curtis, 2025 Grammy winner. They're actually joining forces on a song called Danzas Cubanos, which is a multi-movement piece, Afro-Caribbean, Afro-Latin jazz. The historical reenactors that Bev York is aligning. We're going to have George and Martha Washington. We're going to have Israel Putnam. We're going to have Samuel Huntington, people that had integral roles in the Revolution. Local people, signers of the Declaration of Independence. The food trucks we talked about. We're hoping to get a dance demonstration going with the concert band and the Grammy winner for Latin jazz. Interactive history. There's going to be souvenirs, guest speakers, and then also rounding out the day, we would be remiss to not include Bruce John in some way because he is our local troubadour.
Sure.
At first, I had the idea to get Connecticut State troubadours, but they're all tied up with all kinds of productions. And I said, you know what? Forget it.
Yeah.
Let's get our troubadour in
Right.
Wyndham, Mr. Bruce John, and
Sure.
he's working with a cohort of 4 other musicians,
Yeah.
and they're going to sing "This Land Is Your Land, This Land Is My Land,"
great.
and it's going to be a folk kind of so there's going to be different genres of music. It's going to be popcorning from one side of the stage to the next. It's going to be a 90-minute presentation in all, so people will get out between 3 and 3:30, so you can still go to your barbecues, you can still see your fireworks at night. It'll be plenty of light out. So this is just kind of piggybacking on the Boombox Parade to celebrate America's 250 and the integral role of Wyndham and celebrate our community, the diversity, the democratic tenets on which the nation was founded, where everybody, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. This is bipartisan, so everybody is welcome. We're not bringing politics. Nonpartisan. Excuse me, nonpartisan. And it's just going to be a fun thing for the community. So bring your own lawn chair. There'll be food, no alcohol on the premise, but of course, go to your parties after. But linktree.com linktr.ee/Wyndham AM 250, or you could just search Wyndham CT America 250, and it'll take you right to our Facebook and right to our link page with all of the resources to learn more about the day.
Fabulous idea to take full advantage of the thousands and thousands of people that come to town for that.
Yeah.
So many from town, but many from all the surrounding towns, and Wayne will tell you where they come from all over America.
All over.
Individuals do. Anyway.
People seek out. I think people come from as far as like Cape Cod to march in the Boombox Parade.
At least.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. You just hope. We always hope for good weather. That's a time of year where you very seldom get rain. You don't get that much.
Right.
But you can. I know you can because I've been rained on before.
Bev said that we fulfilled our quota for rain with Memorial Day.
Yeah. Well, you're more likely to get rain on Memorial Day.
Right.
You know the old song "April Showers."
Bring May flowers.
Yeah, but no. April gets stretched into May.
Right.
Rain in May now.
Right.
I don't know if it's global warming or what. But it's different. The world is very different now, and
sure.
It's good for somebody like me who was born during the World War II to work with somebody like Chris Beaudry and somebody like Matt Rupar. And I learned a little bit about what young people are doing.
Right.
It wasn't so long. It seemed like yesterday I was a young person and I was out there protesting the Vietnam War.
Tempest Fugit.
Tempest is fugiting.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you learn when you're older. You realize it goes by fast. So get busy, everybody. Get busy. And I don't have to tell Chris Beaudry or Matt Rupar that because they are busy.
We like to keep busy.
I'm still pretty busy, too, and I like to be busy. And I wish I could be in 2 places at once. Some people would say when you're not anywhere at all, but I can't make it to all the events and things that go on, but I certainly will be there next Wednesday at the Capitol Theater.
That's awesome.
And I will also be at the Boombox Parade for sure. I think I've only missed one in all 41.
Oh, yeah, really? Wow.
I used to carry the banner all the time every year up front, but last year I told Wayno because of my knees I was going to do something different. So we used Tommy D's Cadillac convertible to drive. We were going to drive Jamie Eves, but he insisted on walking.
Oh, cool.
Because he wanted to walk.
Yeah.
And he did. He walked alongside, actually ahead of us, and Kit was in the car with us, with me and my brother-in-law who was driving. So I don't know what we're going to do this year. I know we have Dick Smith is the Cupid, and
that's right.
I think Dick Smith. I just talked to him last week, and I think we're arranging a car for him.
Oh, good.
And I'm hoping I can get a seat in it.
Nice.
I'm gonna be nice to Dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is so exciting, and it's I think it's a great idea whose time has come. Why didn't somebody think of it before? That's because there's so much going on here all the time. This is a town that has, just like all towns, I work in 3 other towns, and they're all having problems with budgets and all kinds of stuff. And they're all having, one side and another side, and some people in between. But most of the stuff on the local level, people talk about partisanship, is not really that partisan. The higher up in politics you go, the more partisan it gets,
Right.
the more ideological.
Right.
Whereas on the local level, it's just, like when I was chair of the Democratic Town Committee, I always told the candidates, do not say anything negative about your opponent. They live in town with us.
Right.
We don't want to. They're our friends. They're our neighbors.
Well,
we disagree.
Why would you lead with negativity when you can lead with ideas and
Right.
positive,
Exactly.
positive
Exactly.
paths forward? You know,
Just tell people your resume and your ideas.
I think intention matters a
Yeah,
lot. You know,
yeah,
and when it gets down to name calling and all that stuff,
It is not good.
It just detracts from any kind of progress as,
Well,
as a
it makes-
town or as a city or as a state. You know, or
It makes
nation.
us all look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, that kind of politicking comes back to haunt you. It bounces back to you.
I mean, my role as executive director of Willimantic Renaissance is obviously to use arts and culture to spur economic activity.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of out of the wheelhouse of like the partisan politics and whatnot. And I try to keep it that way. I try to make all these things free and accessible and fun and just the best put the best foot forward for Willimantic and Wyndham.
You know, there's a part of me that would like to be in that situation myself, but I chose to go in a different way.
Sure.
Because of the my upbringing and history, and I was always interested in politics and history, and also, I must admit, competition. So
yeah, you're a big sports guy.
Oh yeah. I learned that.
So competition's ingrained.
Oh
in
yeah,
you.
I learned to restrain myself and to behave. And
what was your sport?
Basketball and baseball mostly.
Wow.
I played a lot of sandlot football, but my mother wouldn't sign for me to play.
And your positions in the former two?
Baseball, I was a pitcher and a first baseman, and basketball, I was a shooting guard. I could shoot very well, but
nice.
that was my best. That's the easiest part of the game. The hardest part is the other parts.
What age did you retire your cleats and your
I stopped
playing.
I stopped playing softball at 50.
Oh wow.
And I stopped playing basketball at 45 because my knee started to hurt.
Yeah, right. All that impact.
Yeah. But it was, and you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to coach kids. So I started coaching. I coached for almost 40 years.
Did you umpire ever?
Yeah.
Nice.
I umpired some, yeah.
My uncle, who was a cop here in Willimantic from 77 to 97, Tony he was big on the umpire circuit.
He was. He used to umpire, and he was I think he was a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a
remember
wrestling star,
Yeah,
rugby.
Big, strong guy.
Big strong guy. Yeah.
Nice guy. Very nice
Yeah,
guy. I think
big
he was
heart.
well-liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when the police department was in the town hall.
Oh really?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it was in the town hall. You're going to learn a lot of history. You don't go back that far.
I don't. Yeah.
But it's interesting.
I remember his retirement party. It was at the Elks Club in the 90s. Yeah.
I might have been there.
30 something.
I've been
30
to a
years
lot of
ago
them.
already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can remember when he was a very young man. He's probably younger than I am, but we won't get into that.
No.
Okay,
Hey, I
so-
was wondering, can I riddle off?
Go right ahead.
We did features on the Shabu All Stars and the America 250 on June 10th and
the
July
time is
4th,
yours.
respectively.
Sure.
But I just wanted to. So in the Summer Fun Guide by the Chronicle, we have tons.
Excellent. I'm going
and
to take one home.
Please take multiple. Give one to Susan, your other family members. So the third Thursday Street Fester showcased here. So the next one is June 18th, which is 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah.
Then there's
that's
July
coming up.
16th, August 20th, and September 17th, and maybe a special end of the season surprise. The River Room is just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
We have world-class entertainment every weekend. This Saturday, tomorrow, we have Dizzy Gillespie's longtime. This guy toured with Dizzy Gillespie for 15 years. Ed Cherry is bringing his trio. James Montgomery's coming back. We got all kinds of stuff at the River
James
Room.
Montgomery is what a great talent.
Oh, my God. He played
Energy.
238 times at the Shabu. 238.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Make Music
He's a
Day,
character.
right? Make Music Day is happening in Willimantic. If you go to makemusicday.org/Willimantic, you can learn all about it. It's a long day, Dennis. It's 11 a.m. We start the music until 9 p.m. At Project Emo alone, they have 8 acts. At the River Room, we're doing the Professors of Sweet, Sweet Music, my former gym teacher, Earl Henrishon, and also he co-founded the Heartbeat Music Festival. Great guy. They're playing at 1:30. Then we have open mic for the remaining 90 minutes. So anyway, that's June 21st, Father's Day, summer solstice. Wyndham CT celebrates 250th. We talked about it. Willimantic Renaissance is co-producing the 2026 Pajot Trust Summer Music Series.
Yep.
So I've teamed up with Nancy Pear, teamed up with Debbie Fisk at the Rec Department and myself, and we're doing a series of 4 concerts and 1 very special magic show. So the concerts are June 24th, Night Shift, July 8th, the Professors of Sweet Sweet Music, July 22nd, the Franklin Brothers Band, and August 12th, Shaded Soul. And those are all going to be Wednesdays from 6 to 8, except for Shaded Soul, which will be 6:30, but on the Shaboo stage. So free, open to the public. Bring a lawn chair, bring a picnic dinner, whatever you will, and all free, open to the public. And then the magic show, I think the date's going to elude me now, Dennis. I think it's between the 2 July concerts. I'm going to verify that by the end of the broadcast. But then we have our seasonal favorites. So even though it's a summer fun guide, we put our seasonal favorites, Blocktoberfest in October on Riverside Drive. Trick or Treat on Main. Willie Renaissance is one of the main fiscal sponsors for that. Yeah. So we close Main Street from 5 to 7. 2,500 kids and families come and trick or treat at the businesses. The Romantic Willimantic Chocolate Fest, all things chocolate in February. We opened that pop-up retail store for an entire month this year. We went big. And then the Willimantic Winter Blues Fest, we again went big. It used to be 1 day or 2 days in some years, but we did 3 this year. So all of these things and more are going to be in the Summer Fun Guide. And that magic show, by the way, is going to be on, oh, God. You'll have to check the Wyndham Rec Department website. We have 2 minutes left. I'm not going to find it in 2 minutes, but Wyndham Rec, if you just Google them.
giving us the peace sign.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for letting me run that down because there's so many fun things for the community.
That's great. We want this is one of the great things about WILI, and I know you just talked about the Chronicle to some extent, mentioning how they're part of this wonderful booklet.
Yeah.
And it's a real class booklet. It's not just a little one.
It's got some weight to it.
It's got some weight to it.
I have 900 of them in my car right now, and I loaded them up. Yeah.
I can carry mine out of the room. I can barely carry it at my age, but I can do it. And it's just so great. And the Chronicle and WILI are so important to this town. And I told people 20 years ago, I was on the show, and I know I said it, and I said it over and over again, that I'll bet you're not going to find anywhere in the U.S. a town that has an AM FM radio station and a daily newspaper of this size.
Right.
This size. Not unless it's a real. Even the wealthy towns, they won't have that. They'll have some private operation doing it. I mean, or some volunteers or something. But this is great. Mm-hmm. And people complain about the Chronicle, and I there's a lot of stuff I read in the Chronicle I don't like. But I say at least they're there, and they are. If they left, we would miss them terribly.
Right.
Just like we would miss WILI terribly, and we certainly would miss Chris Beaudry if he all of a sudden vanished from our midst. So it's great to have you here. You're playing a major role in this town. It's all about love, getting along with each other, appreciating each other, respecting each other. And Rupar is saying now that I got 5 seconds. It's Dennis O'Brien with Chris Beaudry.
Thanks, Dennis.
We are going to be back next week with Susan Johnson and another fantastic guest. Thanks for listening, folks. And don't forget the concert next Wednesday at the Old Capitol Theater, 7 p.m.